Hi everyone, just wanted to make this quick little video today about how I do the bokeh background. It's not strictly a bokeh background, but kind of. And I wanted to show you a really quick way. You might have seen it on my field mouse painting that I did. I did this quick little watercolour last night of a mushroom, which I have since found out is a magic mushroom, but I didn't know that at the time. And I thought I'm going to do a nice bokeh background. I want to make that my thing. I want to make the circles my thing. And I'm going to show you how I do it really, really easily. So if that's something that interests you, keep watching. Now I'm going to be using wet on wet technique for this. It's going to be so simple. I'm going to wet all the background. I'm going to drop in a few greens, let it dry, and then do the circles. So just some plain water. Just going to really carefully wet my background. I've got my paper taped down, stretch it out, and I'm just going to wet the paper, taking care of going around the main picture. I don't want to get any of it on there. Now this would of course been a lot easier to do before I painted the picture, but it was a bit of an afterthought. I say this was just a quick one I did last night to unwind. We had the craft fair yesterday, and it was a bit stressful. Not really stressful. It was a lot of work in a short amount of time, and I have been so busy for weeks trying to get everything ready. Many late nights trying to get everything ready for this craft fair, and once it was over, you know, it was a huge relief. But I was so wound up, like a coiled spring, that I needed to just relax. And best way for me to relax is to do some art, so that's what I did. Just did this quick one last night. I got the reference picture from Unsplash. So if you go to Unsplash and type in, I think mushroom, I think that's all I typed in. It's one of the first ones that popped up. Really was a quick, not much of a decision about what I was going to do. I just wanted something quick to do. And I really loved how it came out, to be honest. But yeah, my partner came down this morning and I said, "Do you like my mushroom?" And he said, "Did you know that's a magic mushroom?" And I said, "No." But there we go. So nice even coverage of water. Be careful not to go over the painting. Luckily there's not too many fiddly little bits, and can always kind of touch it in after. Just want to get most of it wet. So apparently you can tell it's a magic mushroom because of the colour of the cap. I mean, the ladybird clearly doesn't mind that it's a magic mushroom, does he? So I think that is probably good enough. I mean, I just want the colours to kind of disperse a little. I'm not putting a lot of colour on there, but I just want some green background. Very carefully go around Mr. Ladybug. I won't go between his little legs. I'll touch that in after. It's going to be quite difficult to do. And there we go. So we're all wet. If it's drying out in places, just give it a quick go over. I don't want to wet it too much. That should be fine. I'm using Winsor & Newton cotton colours, and there's a variety of greens I've got going on here. I've got Viridian, I've got Hooker's Green, I've got Sap Green, and I've got Emerald. So I'm going to change my brush. I'm going to come in with a bit of Sap Green first. And you want it quite watery for this. So I want a little bit of Sap Green. I do want it quite bright actually, the background. I think it'll look nice against the mushroom. And I am literally just going to drop in some colour. I do want it to go quite close to the mushroom. I'm not being particularly careful, as you can see. I just want to drop it in while it's still wet. Get some colour on there. And then I think I'm going to come in with, I'm going to add a little Hooker's Green to this. I don't want it to be too dark, so I'm going to water that down quite a bit and drop that in as well. I just want there to be quite a contrast between the circles, you know. So I'm going to go quite close up to the mushroom, quite close up to the ladybird. In there. Just filling in the gaps really. I'm not giving it a great deal of thought. As to what's going where, as long as it's as long as the background is filled in, that's all I'm really worried about. Now I'm going to just rinse my brush off, take some of the wetness off, and I'm just going to blend those, give them a bit of a hand to blend in, covering up all the white of the paper so that it gives us a nice base to do the circles on. I think that'll just about do the job. I'm just going to get a smaller brush to get in there where the ladybirds' little legs are. Now you might have guessed I'm not in the art studio, I'm in the house. It's a bit cold out in the art studio at the moment, and I've managed today to set up a nice overhead camera, because I quite often paint at night time when I'm in the house. So hopefully that this lighting and everything is okay. I am recording on my phone. There, so I think that's pretty much covered that. So I'm going to let that dry, and it shouldn't take too long. We didn't make it too wet. And I'm going to come in with one of these. Now I've got this one off of Amazon, circle template. Really, really cheap, metric circles. Very, very handy. But this particular one, if you get it, be aware that it's got very, very small little dots on the back. So if you were to use it this way, that you've got a risk of paint and things getting underneath because of these little raised dots. So whenever I use this, I always use it upside down, which isn't an issue. I mean, you can still see through it. Yeah, it's just handy. And I'm going to let this dry, and then I'll come back and I will show you how quickly I can put the spots on. Okay, see you soon. Okay, I think for the most part we are dry. So now I'm going to show you how I would do this. I'll just put my brushes away, because we're not going to need those. Right, so like I said, taking your template, you can strategically place these circles. I like to be a bit random when I do them, and it's so quick, I don't really think about it, to be honest. I just you know, put a few down, and if it looks like it needs another one, I'll add another one. You can also colour these, of course, after you've taken the circles out. I quite like them light in colour, so I probably won't do that, but you can, of course, do that. Now, a lot of people that I've seen do this, there are various ways to do it. I've seen magic erasers, just a water damp brush, you know, there's lots of different ways, but I tried this way and I loved it. It was so quick, I loved it. So this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to show you. Right, so what you're going to need is, and most of us have got these at home, a wet wipe. Now, please don't just use any old wet wipe. It has to be water wipes. These are, lots of us in this house have got sensitive skin, so these are the sensitive ones that are water. That's all they are. So, taking one of these, I put it around my finger, and you've guessed it. I'm just going to place my first one probably off to the side there a little bit. Do it here. And I'm just going to gently, and this is why I like it, because I can feel how much pressure I'm putting on the paper. Now, this is good quality 100% cotton paper, but obviously you don't want to scrub at it, so I like this way. Okay, with the dots upwards, and then very gently I'm going to hold it down as close to the paper as I can, and very gently I'm going to start just going around, and then I'm going to, in the middle a bit, I'm going to change my finger position, and I'm going to do that again. Very, very lightly, and I'm going to lift up, and I'm going to see if that's okay, and if that's okay, I'll move on to the next one. So now, obviously I've made it wet again, so when it dries, it will be clearer. I'm going to just repeat that process all over the picture, putting little circles where I think I want them. So I think I'll use a smaller one over here. Like so, and I'm just going to carry on. I'll probably speed this up a little bit, adding some circles in. So there we go. That's a really quick and easy way to do a whimsical bokeh style background on your watercolor paintings, and I just love it. I think it just finishes it off just nicely. I definitely will be doing it a lot. It may even become my thing, who knows, but yeah, let me know what you think in comments. Do you think you'll try this? Have you tried it? Have you done it a different way? Do you think there's an easier way to do it? Do you prefer to colour them in after? Like I say, you could tint them. I think if I was to tint these, it would just be really pale shades of maybe a peachy colour or a yellow colour. But yeah, let me know what you think, guys. Please remember to like this video if you did enjoy it. It really helps to get the video out to other people. It's the only way, unfortunately, that the YouTube algorithm picks you up. And if you want to see some more videos like this one, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to know when my next video is coming, hit the bell notification and click all, and you'll get a notification. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.